Good morning, everyone. How are you all? Hope you are fine. This is your English teacher, Mr. Ismail. Welcome back to our English grammar class and the most important topic which we have started few days ago. The topic name is finite verb and non-finite verb. Whereas in the last class of ours, we have discussed about the finite verb. We have studied very clearly what's the definition of a finite verb. Finite verb means the main verb or the verb which is changing as according to the tense, time, person, or else the other things. The verb which is changing as according to the time, tense, or the persons, it is called as a finite verb. For example, which we have already studied, but just for glancing the things, I am recalling the finite verbs. So John cooks carrot. We can understand that this is in the simple present tense because the verb carries S form. John cooks carrots. Simple present tense. So the verb it is in the cooks. When we are changing it into simple present to past perfect tense, it will become John had cooked. John had cooked carrots. Past perfect tense. Or simple past, John cooked carrots. It will be like that. The verb is changing according to the tense. The verb is changing according to the time. John is cooking carrots. It is in the present continuous tense. So here the cook, in the first sentence we can find that John cooks carrots, which is in the simple present tense. So the verb is cooks. In the past perfect tense, the verb changes like had cooked. So the verb is changed as a cooked. Then again in the present continuous tense, we can find that the verb again it is changing. John is cooking carrots. So in such a way, if you are finding the verbs are changing oftenly as per the persons, first person, second person, third person to which we can call, or as per the time or the tenses what we can call. If the verb is changing, we have to identify it is in the finite verb. Okay. Then again, what's the meaning of the non-finite? Just opposite of this statement. The non-finite verbs will not change. It will remain constant. It will remain same as it is. Let any person it may be there, whether it is first person, second person, third person, whoever. It will be the constant itself. Let any time, duration or the tense, it will be the constant. Here one example we can notice that I promised to teach you. I promised to teach you. We promised to teach you. We had promised to teach you. So it will remain as it is itself, no changes at all. So to teach, what we can find, it will be remaining as it is. Whether it is a first person, second person, third person, or it is in the present tense, past tense, or in the future tense, it's all immaterial for the non-finite verbs. One example you can notice here, John cooks carrots. So John is a third person singular. So we have studied very clearly when the third person singular comes for the verb, we have to use S form of a letter. So here John cooks carrots. It is changed. So if you are moving towards the next sentence, which is in the third person, in the non-finite I am saying, it is in the third person singular, but even though the verb will remain same itself. He told me to wait here. He told me to wait here. So then if you are changing it in another sentence, in another tense, he had been telling me to wait here. So the wait, to wait, what we can find, it is a verb. It will remain as it is itself. It is a constant only. So that we can call it as a non-finite. Already we have discussed about such things. Okay. Then again in non-finite itself, we have classified into 4 different types. So one is a gerund, and about the gerund in the previous class very clearly we have discussed. So gerund definition, it says the gerunds always it will be ending with the ing form, and moreover the gerunds whether it will be in the beginning of the sentence or at the last of the sentence. If the gerund it comes, or gerund verb it comes in the beginning of the sentence, we can call it as a noun If the last of the sentence, if the gerund comes, so that we can call it as an object gerund. So let's concentrate here, and moreover always it will be in the noun itself. Gerund, it will be in the noun itself. Let's concentrate towards the example of the gerunds. I like swimming. I like swimming. Here we can consider that I is subject, like is a verb. Then at lastly what we can find, the swimming, it is also a noun, but here we are considering as if it is an object. So let us take it as a object gerund we can call, or the noun gerund also we can call for that. So at lastly the verb which is carrying with the ing, or in the beginning of the sentence if the verb carrying ing, that we can call it as a gerund. Hope you are understanding the things. These all the things in the last classes of ours we have discussed, my dear children. In today's class we are going to concentrate towards the second type of non-finite. The first one type of non-finite is gerund. Second type of non-finite verb is infinitive. Second type of gerund is infinitive. So let's focus towards the definition of infinitive verb. An infinitive verb is essentially the base form of a verb with the word to in front of the verb. When you use it, infinitive verb, to is a part of the verb. It is not at all considering as a preposition. In this case, we can find certain examples are there. Just as we have discussed about the examples of a non-finite, or the definition of a non-finite, it is a maximum more than 98%. It is similar itself to the non-finite. The non-finite examples, I hope you might be remembering. The examples of non-finite and infinitive examples together, if you are comparing, you see you can find that 98% both are same itself. Whereas in the infinitive form of a verb, we can find in front of the verb the to preposition will be adding, but in such a case, or in this case, we cannot consider to as a preposition. To will be the part of a verb. Hope you are understanding. In infinitive verbs, always maximum time to preposition will be adding in front of the verb, but to will not be considering here as a preposition. It is considering as a part of a verb. Hope you are understanding the scene. So let's go with the example so that very easily you can understand. I promise to teach you. I promise to teach you. So here we can go to teach. Teach, it's a kind of a verb. So when we are adding to for that, then it will become infinitive, non-finite in this case. Okay. So it is an infinitive itself, and moreover it will remain stagnant. Even it is also not at all changing in any situations, in any conditions. Whereas the gerunds also not at all changing in any condition or in any situations. It will remain stagnant itself. For example, I like swimming. It is a gerund which we can find here. The first person is I. It is in the simple present tense. Let me take it third person here. He likes swimming. Right? When we are changing it into simple past tense, it will become he liked swimming. When we are moving ahead with another example, just like as he is, which is in the simple present, which is in the present continuous tense, he is liking swimming. So one thing you can notice here, my dear children, which is constant, that's a swimming. Like, likes, like, liking, the verb is changing, but at lastly the object or the noun which is contained with the ing form, it is remaining stagnant. So here always the non-finite verb which we can find, it will remain stagnant itself. It will not at all change. Even the types of a non-finite when we are discussing, it is also remaining stagnant itself. It will also not at all change. Here in the infinitive verb, what we can find, these verbs also not at all changing at any cost. It will remain stagnant. I promise to teach you. I would like to play cricket. I would like to play cricket. Next, he told me to wait. Here, he told me to wait. He is telling me to wait. He is asking me to wait. He asked me to wait. He informed me to wait. If you are changing the tense, if you are changing the sentence like any tenses, or if you are changing the sentence in any persons, like as a first person, second person, third person, or in any durations, it will be a constant itself. It will never going to be get changed out. Certain examples we can notice here of non-finite. He told me to wait here. I told you to talk to him. I told you to talk to him. It will remain same it is. We aim to produce good result. We aim to produce good result. Here the verbs are like as a promise, then would like is a verb, then again told is a verb. Here also the told is a verb. Then again aim is also a verb here, but after the aim, the next part which comes, or the verb which contains with the to, so that verb is infinitive. Okay, I can't afford to spend money, which is the infinitive here, to spend. I hope you will concentrate to study. I hope you will concentrate to study. So which is the infinitive here? To study. Okay. He would like to come to school. He would like to come to school. Which is the infinitive here? To come. Why did you agree to meet him in the class? Why did you agree to meet him in the class? Infinitive verb is to meet. Are you going to pass the exam? Are you going to pass the exam? Here the infinitive is to pass the exam or to pass. Hope you are understanding the things, my dear children. Just once again we'll recall all the things so that it will be fixed in our mind. So the finite verb, in a sense, the verb which are changing as per the persons, first person, second person, third person singular or the plural, and the verb which is changing as according to the tense wise, present, future, past, whatever the tense, it will be changing, or the verb will be changing as according to the tense, as according to the persons, as according to the time. That we can call it as a finite verb. Okay, then non-finite verbs, in a sense, the verb which will remain constant in all the time, which will never change. It will be remaining fixed itself, let any situation it may be, or let any time or the tense it may be, or any persons it may be, it will be remaining constant itself. Then gerund, it means what? The gerunds always it will be the noun form itself. Sometime the gerunds it will be at the beginning of the sentence, or the gerunds will be at the end of the sentence, and it contains or it carries ing form with the verb, not in between of the sentence. Okay, if it is carrying in between of the sentence, we can call it as a finite verb. If it is there in the beginning or the last, we can call it as a gerund. Next, infinitives, in a sense, the infinitive verbs always it carries to, not as a preposition, to letter it is carrying along with the verb, but in this case it is not working as a prepositions. So certain examples also mentioned over here. Concentrate towards the board, and for your homework, my dear children, write 5 examples of a finite verb, 5 examples of non-finite, 5 examples of a gerund, 5 examples of a infinitive. This is what the homework of yours, and again in tomorrow's class I'll meet with you with some more types of the non-finite verbs. Till then, please stay safe. Thank you.